What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Bianconeri zone. And we won a game. We finally won a game. And not only did we win a game, we scored 3 goals. Not from open play, or maybe that cross was open play, obviously, because it wasn't directly from a set piece. But you know what I mean. However, we cannot really complain today after the last couple of weeks. We won a game. I'm gonna call it a good game, purely based on what I've seen last week. But we all know it needs to improve massively because we got away with some old habits in the first half. We didn't get away with it, but all in all, we did more than enough to win a game. We deserve to win the game, and actually, we have done more today than I've seen us do in the last 6 or 7 games. So before we get into it, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and let's dive straight into it. Okay, a win. Are all problems resolved? No, definitely not. Because, as you can see, we create opportunities and we mess them up. It's actually unbelievable how good we are at actually creating decent opportunities and then messing them up. We scored from a pen. It was a good pen as well in terms of the attitude to start a game. We were on Udinese actually completely for the entire game. Basically, we were trying to be on them, but we started off the game well. You get that pen and you start building on that, and we tried to build on that, but we couldn't finish our dinner. Yeah, the Udinese goalkeeper made some very good saves, but also opportunities where the final pass was just mind-boggling because we were playing through that Udinese midfield as if it wasn't really there. We were creating spaces, we were creating chances between the line or opportunities, runs between the lines, and that whoever it was, we messed up that final ball. Openda, for example, he did everything perfectly until he needed to do something perfect. All the runs, the movements were fantastic until he needs to make a final decision. Was that shooting when he needed to shoot? Instead he passes this, kicking past the ball, not even on the ball, misplaced passes. He had a bad game, Openda, and he messed up a lot of good opportunities that we created. That didn't result in chances because it couldn't become a chance because he didn't shoot or he made the wrong decision on the final third. And then the old Juve comeback. First time Udinese actually is in the box, literally the entire game. Bad giveaway from Cambiasso again. Instead of just playing it out, playing it away, he tries to do a fancy thing. Locatelli's too late. Gatti, steps out a bit too late, and you can see the goal from Zaniolo, and it's like, oh my god, here we go again. We come out in that second half. Kostic and Locatelli were horrible the first 10 minutes. I couldn't believe. I was like, what is this attitude? Like, why are you just folding? Because you conceded a goal. You were better than Udinese. And then we tried to pick it up, and again, we created the chances, the missed opportunities. And then Gatti scores that goal, a header, very important to, get us back on top of Udinese, deservedly so, because we didn't give away anything. Udinese had nothing until minute 88 with that header from a set piece. Again, the first time Udinese was in the box actually for the second time, and they almost scored again. So that means we're still fragile. We still cannot, even though we have, we play some decent amount of football to play between the lines, we still find ways to mess it up or miss chances. So there are difficulties, but after that goal, the attitude to press, to win the ball back, to not let Udinese play out from the back, I thought was very good, and in the end, Yildiz, who had a very unfortunate game, because again, he missed a chance that he shouldn't be missing for his qualities, made some dodgy decisions. He doesn't look 100%, obviously, but he does fantastically well to get in front of the Udinese player, win that pen, take the pen, put it away, game over, 3-1. And I was like, breathe for a minute, because it was getting, I think it was like a dark cloud, on top of everyone, because 8 games without a win. And it's like, oh my God, are we doing this again? And actually, are we doing this to ourselves again at this point? Because you're just handing games away. You're trying to do your best to hand games away. But we didn't do that. You got that result over the line. That's also good for Spalletti, who comes in, or whatever coach comes in, that you don't need to start with, oh my God, I'm taking over a team that hasn't won a game in 9. Now he takes over a team that has won a game this week, going to Cremonese. So I think that is very, very important as well. Again, it wasn't perfect. It will not be perfect this season because, as you can see, those mental lapses, where we just hand games away, even though the opponent doesn't even need to be good, because Udinese were poor. They were really poor. They are a poor side. But we try to do our best to actually hand them games away because we don't take our own opportunities or we hand opportunities to Udinese. So it's good that we found a solution today to overcome that. We all needed that. The players needed that. Vlahovic, for example, I thought he played an excellent game. Besides the work rate, he was just involved in everything positive, I would say, up front. But we've seen that from Vlahovic again. Even though I think this is the first game he started the season and actually come out, and I'm like, okay, you started the game and you actually played that game well. You actually play well. You were the man of the match in my opinion as well. So pump the brakes. We don't know what's going to happen with Spalletti, what he's going to do with this side. But yeah, I mean, it just feels good that, we won a game. We saw goals. Yeah, 2 pens and a header, whatever. But we had opportunities to put them away. We missed some odd chances or missed opportunities that I don't know if that has anything to do with. I don't think it has anything to do with quality because again, I'm not an Openda fan, but I've seen him play much better than now. Like misplacing a pass here and there has nothing to do with real quality at this moment in time. It really is the mindset. I'm not saying they're world beaters, but they're this poor on the ball. They're not, or in front of the goal, in the box. Excuse me. So that's an issue that we need to overcome. Also, our defending in the box. When the few times Udinese was there, not many times, it feels a bit panickish at times, But in the second half, I think Gatti improved compared to that second half. I thought Kelly had a decent game. Locatelli stabilized himself because he had some art in that game. I thought Cambiaso had a good second half. I don't think he had a good first half, for example. And yeah, even McKennie, I thought in the second half he was more involved, more positively involved compared to that first half. But yeah, it's a win, and it's just when finally, like, I don't know what to say. Like, nothing has changed from my opinion from the group of players or the outcome of the season at this moment in time. It's just good that as a fan you watch the game and your team finally won. You saw some goals, you saw some decent things basically, and you can actually you know talk with people again, talk about what the hell a win is, because we had actually no clue what a win was at this point, or I had no clue what a win actually was at this point. So that is my takeaway of the game, and then we will see tomorrow when Spalletti comes in how things will change, evolve, etc. But in the comment sections, let me know what do you think about the game, about the win, the performances. Who was your man of the match? Did you learn something out of that game, or is it more the same and it's just a one-off? Because I would agree. I saw a couple of things where I'm like, oh, that's who we are. Actually, we just maybe got away with it today because we played a poorer side. But yeah, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we will speak each other tomorrow twice for a daily and a live show. Ciao.